Hello, Kamauji here. Today we are looking at Brunfelsia Pauciflora, commonly known as Yesterday, Today and Tomorrow, or Kiss Me Quick, or Brazilian Rain Tree. Technically it's not a tree, it's a shrub, and it makes lovely flowers, grows like a weed, and is a lot of fun to develop. Now this tree, I've only been using the Cantonese Ling Nam cut and grow technique. So that's a good technique for this tree because these have the tendency to drop branches if you try and wire them. It's an interesting tree. It's pretty tough. I recommend the first time you put it in a training pot and you've put it in bonsai soil, you don't do much work on it that year, you just leave it because they need some time to acclimatize. The other thing is they do prefer to have a deeper pot. So if you see this pot here, it's a little bit less than a third of the height of the tree, so they do appreciate a much deeper pot than you would be able to get away with some other species. It's a pretty interesting tree. It's got some nebari happening there. It's not the best nebari. Actually, there's a very big root going this way which will probably need to be removed at some point in the future, but it is a cute tree and it does flower. It was just an enormous bush, so what I had done is removed all the crossing branches on the inside and then removed all the leaves and left only some of the leaves to keep the branches alive like this, and they were cut, so it pushed a lot of hormones back, and as you can see it's popping out a lot of new growth, and that's just within probably about 2 weeks now, so it really bounced back. The weather's not too hot now, it's kind of coolish. If you're in a place where the winter is not too cold like Australia, these should be fine around, I'd say, Sydney, Brisbane. You could just leave them out on the benches. In Melbourne you might need to give them some protection. If you live in the States, then if it gets to about 0 Celsius they won't survive, so you need to protect them from the worst cold. They will go semi-deciduous, so this tree gets stored at about 2 or 3 Celsius and it will drop all its leaves and look very gloomy for 3 months, and then when it's put outside again, when the weather's warm, it will explode back into growth. But don't let it freeze because it will die. As I said, it's a Brazilian rain tree and it doesn't particularly like the cold, even though it will behave like a deciduous tree. It will die in the colder temperatures, so be wary of that. They're a fun tree to keep. Technically not a tree, technically a plant. They interestingly belong to the Nightshade family, so don't go trying to eat them because it's probably not going to go very well. I've never had any skin problems or anything like that working with this like I have with privet. So if you're just going to be cutting and that kind of thing and not putting it in your mouth, you'll be fine. Just bear in mind if you have pets or kids that you don't want them eating it. And the flowers are lovely. The flowers are purple when they come out. The next day they change into pink. The next day they change into white, and then they fall off. So you have 3 colors, hence the name Yesterday, Today and Tomorrow. Nice tree, easy to keep. This one is about 10 years old, but it's only been trained as a bonsai for about 2, so they're pretty fast to develop. I recommend you try it. There you go.